In these uncertain economic times, you've got to do whatever you can to save money. One of our biggest expenses can be our cars, especially when unexpected repair bills hit. Not anymore. If you own a vehicle with less than 130,000 miles, is less than 12 years old, has a warranty about to expire, or even no warranty at all, you could stop paying for car repairs. Roadside assistance, towing, and rental coverage are all included. Don't wait for the next repair. Make one free call right now to see if you qualify. If your vehicle is less than 12 years old, has less than 130,000 miles, even if it's out of warranty, paying for car repairs can become a thing of the past. Call us right now and get your car protected before your next repair bill hits. Get protection and no more repair bills. Call 800-696-1030. Again, 800-696-1030. That's 800-696-1030. 800-696-1030.
You are listening to KLRN Radio, where liberty and reason still reign.
All writers are prone to becoming so attached to our characters and stories that we struggle to see why a passage may not be working. It takes another set of eyes to help us nurture our writing to full maturity. At Black Wolf Editorial Services, we strive to enable writers to develop and grow, shaping stories into masterpieces that can stand the test of time. Editing services are provided for all genres and all age categories. Services range from critiques of a short story through to line edits of a full-length novel and copy editing for those preparing for publication. We also offer assistance on generating a writer's bio for your websites, as well as help with those book blurbs and promotional material. We won't abandon you to the masses. We want to celebrate with you in your successes. Black Wolf Editorial Services, nurturing your writing into maturity. For a full list of services and prices, visit us at blackwolfeditorial.com.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control over your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank account, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problems now by calling the experts at Tax Mediation Services and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. Tax Mediation Services is accredited by the Better Business Bureau. Call now for a free case review and a price protection guaranteed quote.
Call Tax Mediation Services now at 800-610-9050. That's 800-610-9050. 800-610-9050.
KLRN Radio has advertising rates available. We have rates to fit almost any budget. Contact us at advertising@klrnradio.com.
This is Slickery Trigger for Rebel Road Tactical. With proper care and feeding, your pistol will be ready when you need it, there to save your life. Shouldn't your gear be that good? Whether you need a holster for comfortable everyday carry or a tough-as-nails holster for your next training course, Rebel Road Tactical has what you need. Check us out on the web at rebelroadtactical.com.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices, never pay $15 $3 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 1-800-516-7602 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 1-800-516-7602 to take your call right now. Call 1-800-516-7602. That's 1-800-516-7602. Again, 1-800-516-7602.
Is debt beating you down? You need discipline. You need the Debt Ninja. If you've been caught in a financial trap and need to be set free, then you need the Debt Ninja. Want to stop those harassing collection calls, start saving thousands in interest and fees, and get out of debt fast? Then you need to call the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja will find the best companies across the country that will help you consolidate all your bills into one easy payment, reduce your payments by 30 to 50%, and get you out of debt fast. If you have unsecured debt of $10,000 or more, such as credit cards, loans, or medical bills, call the Debt Ninja for a free 15-minute consultation.
Call 800-826-1246. 800-826-1246. That's 800-826-1246. Call today.
The Debt Ninja.
More damage in Louisiana, gaining ground on a wildfire. I'm Ann Cates. The number of homes in southern Louisiana damaged by record floods has risen to 60,000, with more than 100,000 people applying for federal assistance. Craig Cooper of the American Red Cross says the residents of Louisiana are pulling together.
By and large, what we have seen and heard is the tremendous spirit of the people in Louisiana. We have seen countless examples of neighbor helping neighbor. And, of course, the Red Cross, with the number of people that we have here on the ground to support the local chapter, the local Red Cross people here in Baton Rouge, it's been very uplifting to see how everything is coming together.
A wildfire that has charred 37,000 acres near San Bernardino, California, is now 68% contained as 2,700 firefighters and other personnel battle the blue-cut blaze. 105 homes have been destroyed and 3,200 others are threatened. 7,000 residents remain evacuated. I'm Ann Cates. The U.S. women's basketball team is a gold medal winner. Correspondent Steve Kastenbaum.
The women of Team USA basketball rolled over opponent after opponent on their path to gold, yet they did it with poise and humility. This is team captain Sue Bird's fourth gold medal. Does it feel any different?
Yes and no. I think you never know if you're going to come back, so to be able to come back 4 times right now, I just feel really lucky.
Diana Taurasi said this was a tremendous accomplishment.
We played every single game like a gold medal game, and I think that's why you see everyone kind of emotionally and physically spent right now.
Forward Angel McCoughtry is proud to be part of USA women's basketball legacy. 48-0 since 1992 for women's basketball.
Are you serious?
48-0.
Wow, that's unreal. We need to be on the Wheaties box.
Steve Kastenbaum in Rio.
American swimmer Ryan Lochte has told NBC's Matt Lauer it was his fault that a fabricated story about a robbery caused an international Olympic scandal, saying he over-exaggerated the situation. I'm Ann Cates.
Allen Economic Development Corporation is proud to sponsor the 9th edition of the Cumulus Putting Texans Back to Work Job Fair at the Allen Event Center on September 28, presented in part by International Suit Warehouse. With over 2,500 highly qualified job seekers, 6 employer booths, and promotion from all 7 Cumulus radio stations, this is the hiring event of the fall. Employer booth spaces limited. Visit PuttingTexansBackToWork.com today for more information or to buy your booth. That's PuttingTexansBackToWork.com or call 972-708-4251 to learn more.
Hi there, this is Dr. Bill Clark with Clark Financial Group, inviting you to join me every Sunday at 5 p.m. for tips to make sure your retirement plan is in good health. I'll keep you up to date on what's going on in the markets and provide you with strategies to help achieve your retirement dreams. For Your Retirement Health with Dr. Bill, Sunday evenings at 5 on 570 AM KLIF. Or call Clark Financial Group at 888-647-1936.
Tired of paying outrageous prices for Viagra? Well, we have great news for you. Now you can finally get Viagra at huge discounts. Healthy Man allows you to save up to $500 on Viagra. Why pay U.S. pharmacy prices of $15 per pill or more when you can get Viagra for less than $3 a pill? Call today and get 40 Viagra pills for only $99. This can cost as much as $600 at your local pharmacy. You can't afford not to call us. If you want Viagra at the lowest prices. Never pay $15 a pill pharmacy prices again. Get Viagra for less than $3 a pill. Call 877-735-7485 today and save up to $500 and get 40 pills for just $99. Healthy Man is fast, easy, and affordable. Operators are waiting at 877-735-7485 to take your call now. Call 877-735-7485. That's 877-735-7485. Again, 877-735-7485.
Hiring people is probably the worst part of my job. It's such a hassle, the searching, the sorting through resumes. Most people don't have the right experience.
We started using ZipRecruiter about 3 months ago. Right from the start, you could tell it was going to make hiring a lot easier. One click and my job was posted to 100+ job boards, all the top sites.
All of the candidates came to my dashboard, and it's easy to compare them. Thumbs up if I liked them, thumbs down if I didn't. No emails and attachments, printing up docs, phone calls, none of that.
And I couldn't believe the number of great applicants we got. I had the person we needed within 1 week. I don't know how we hired before ZipRecruiter.
Whether you're looking to fill one position or 20, find the best candidates with ZipRecruiter, where your job is just one click away from 100+ job sites. ZipRecruiter, the fastest way to hire. And right now you can try ZipRecruiter free. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/talk. That's ZipRecruiter.com/talk. ZipRecruiter.com/talk.
The following program is furnished by Pinnacle Broadcasting Holdings, Inc. and is responsible for its content.
Frustration is mounting and anger is growing with the liberals and passive politicians. Learn the playbook of those who are trying to destroy our country. From the blue-collar professor, he teaches, he leads, he speaks out for truth and justice. Now, the educator of all things conservative, your host, Dr. Gavin Mitchell.
There are very few things in life that truly upset me, that strike me to the core and make me mad. There are things I'm not happy with. There are things that frustrate me. But there are very few things that make me mad. And I guess like most men in this world, you mess with my family. That would make me mad. If you steal from me, that would make me mad. But there are very few things that do that. This is one of those things. And when I first saw it come across different avenues of social media and things of that nature, I was furious because I thought it was right here at home. I thought it was something that happened in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. And honest to God, I was ready to grab my keys and drive up there and go to work. I was not going to have it. What am I talking about? What is it that has got me so fired up this week? Well, in Arlington, the Arlington Fire Commissions have, there's this board, and you can't make this name up. Poughkeepsie, New York. Poughkeepsie, New York. You can't make it up. There is a board of fire judges, if you will, a commissioner board, that voted 3-2 to remove the United States flags from the back of the fire trucks. The jurisdiction that was affected by this was Arlington Fire Department in New York, but I thought it was right here in Arlington, Texas, and I thought, no way, no chance. And with this, it's so much more than a flag, and we'll get to why they did it here in a moment, but I want to talk about this because in this country, there are groups of people that command and demand our respect. They are those in the military that put their lives on hold and sacrifice their lives to go defend what we stand for as a country, to make sure our way of life continues. And they come home to a VA that is just distraught. It's in shambles. It is grotesque that we treat our veterans this way. That's one group. The other group that absolutely needs our respect are the first responders, among others, teachers, nurses, low-paid professions that drive this country. But these first responders are the ones that walk beside a group that adamantly hates them, that is outspoken with their message that they are anti-police. It happened right here on the streets of Dallas, not 3 blocks from where I'm at. Police officers walk beside a group that hates them to protect them, to defend them. And when bullets started flying, it was those first responders, it was those police officers that ran toward the bullets. and 5 of them gave their lives. It was during 9/11 that these firefighters in the same state ran into those falling buildings to save people. And it was the flag that held us together and everything it stands for. So when people give in to the social climate, the political pressure from those that hate America, it aggravates me. It angers me in a way that I can't even begin to articulate. And that's what I do. I speak. And I can't find the words to tell you how mad I am. Now, this commission justified it as it being a liability. It's a liability because it distracts other drivers and could cause wrecks. That's their justification for this. Well, I got on the phone and I called a very good friend of mine who is a New York City firefighter. His name is Chris. He hosts a podcast called the New Media Patriot Radio. He's a tremendous patriot. He was a New York police officer, and they were short on firefighters in New York City, and so they offered an opportunity to slide over and help. He said, I love policing, but it got too hard. It got too political. And so I went over to the fire department, and he sent me pictures of running into burning houses and burning buildings. And there's a picture of him carrying a dog out that he found as he was sweeping the house on the second story, hiding in the bathroom. And the picture shows him giving this dog mouth-to-mouth CPR to try to save an animal, much less a human being. These guys put their lives on the line every day, and I asked him about this. It just so happens he was on vacation last week when all this came down. And I said, man, what is going on up there? Is it the liberal state taking control? What is it? And he said unequivocally, Gavin, here's what's going on. They have a weak union. And man, I'm a Trump guy. I hate liberals. These are his words, not mine. And that's why I got out of New York City and moved to where I moved. But the union does good things, but I don't like it because they take your money no matter what. I believe in free economy, so on and so forth. He's a conservative. But he said the union was too weak to get ran over like this. It would never happen in New York City because those firefighters in New York City each have a memorial in their firehouse reminding them of their brethren that died that day running into those towers. And they understand and they appreciate what the American flag stands for. He said it would never happen in New York City, ever. Even with the leaders they have, the government leaders they have in New York City, it would never happen. But imagine my surprise at first glance when I thought this happened in Arlington, Texas. And the backlash has been great. It's been great to the Arlington, Texas Fire Department. It's been great to the Arlington, Virginia Fire Department. But they have quickly stood up and said, hey, this isn't us. We believe in what the flag stands for, and we understand its importance. Make no mistake about this on the other side of the radio. This has nothing to do with a distraction as people are driving down the street. This has to do with the agenda that some people hold in this country to continue to dilute and water down and destroy what America stands for. They are attacking our First Amendment freedoms. They are attacking our Second Amendment freedoms. They refuse to admit that the government is ran by the people and not the other way around. In fact, this week I was listening to some commentary on the TV, and they said the most telling notion, and we didn't pick up on it because we thought it was semantics, when Barack Obama was running for his first term in office, there was a deal that the government is the greatest thing we belong to. And now you look back at it and it makes sense. I don't think it was an accident. But the fact of the matter is, in this country, we don't belong to the government. The government belongs to us. And that flag stands for freedom, and it still stands for liberty today. It means more today than it ever has, and it has never meant nothing. People, generation after generation, have given their lives. Wives have given their husbands. Children have given their fathers. Parents have given their sons. And the same can be said about women, mothers, daughters, so on and so forth. To defend what that flag stands for. This isn't a piece of cloth. It's a symbol. It's a symbol of freedom. It's a symbol of everything we are. And when I turn on the TV or I get on social media and I see these groups that are protected by the First Amendment stomp on that flag that stands for the very thing that's protecting them, that stands for all of the sacrifice giving, that stands for this idea. And that's the difference between America and every other country. You hear it talked about the American experiment. It's because it had never been done. There had never been a constitution, a mandate, a contract between government and the people dictating how that relationship is aligned. Ever. It had always been ruled by dictators and kings and queens. Democracy was a fairly new idea. It had been tried elsewhere, but not in this way. So when you hear people talk about the American experiment, that's what they're talking about. This is new in world history. And we've been successful. We are the longest standing country in history that has had this agreement and the protections thereof. The federal government is limited on how they can impose their will on us because they work for us. We have guarantees. We have checks and balances. We get a say. And we get that say every November or every other November at the ballot box. That's how this thing works. And all of it is encapsulated and captured in different symbols, whether it's the bald eagle flying over, the Statue of Liberty, or the American flag. And when you begin to strip away those symbols of what we stand for and what we're about, this idea of out of sight, out of mind begins to take hold. It begins to grab on, and people begin to forget. And people begin that flag. Do you remember when those towers fell? And George Bush was there with his bullhorn, standing next to all the people that were the first responders in New York as they were hurting, as they were mourning, as they were numb. They pulled that flag out of the pile as if to say, by dawn's early light, the flag was still flying. It was still there. They couldn't beat us. Never in history have we been beat. But here we have some commissioners in upstate New York that are concerned about liability, and so they strip that away. It's a bunch of crap. And the country should be outraged. The people of New York should be outraged. And those firefighters, the union needs to stand up and get ready to fight this because this should not hold.
The Gavin Mitchell Show. Twisted Roads Trading Post in Crowley, Texas is your premier biker apparel, leather, and accessories store. Stop in and visit with Brothers Ron and Carl Phillips. Twisted Roads Trading Post carries leather jackets, chaps, vests, accessories, gifts, and more. Open 6 days a week, Tuesday through Thursday, 1 p.m. to 6 p.m., Fridays and Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and on Sundays, 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Got a motorcycle or trike to sell? Their park and sell lot is now available and anxious to show off your ride. Visit us for sewing, embroidery, and t-shirt printing services. Airbrush services by our friends at Kingdom Custom Creations are also available throughout the week. Call today or visit twistedroadstradingpost.com or find and like them on Facebook. Located west of Crowley on FM 1187, then south on FM 1902. Go 1.3 miles and look for the flags. 817-768-8761. That's 817-768-8761. Twisted Roads Trading Post. If the flags are flying, we're open.
Do you need residential or commercial roof repairs, maintenance, or replacement in the Dallas-Fort Worth area? J-Bow Roofing has over 35 years of experience in the industry, and they have the know-how to keep you dry and comfortable. J-Bow Roofing also offers a roofing system that is warranted against hail of any size, and this is a no-excuse warranty. J-Bow Roofing doesn't want their customers to cringe every time it hails. They want customers to have complete confidence that their roofing system is going to stand up to the task. Basically, J-Bow Roofing wants to stop the insanity, lifetime roofing period. Re-roof once and be done. A J-Bow roof product is aesthetically pleasing and tougher than anything you can find. A J-Bow roof is so nice your neighbors will want it. J-Bow lifetime roofing systems are strong as steel, tougher than hail, and guaranteed. So it'll be the last roof you put on your house. Looking for a price? Get a no-cost, no-obligation quote today at jabeau.com. That's jabeau.com. J-Bow Roofing. Your long-term satisfaction is their immediate goal.
Hey folks, Gavin Mitchell here. If you're in the market for a new car or truck, Jerry Chevrolet in Weatherford has been family owned and operated for nearly 50 years, and my family has done business with Jerry for 25 of those. Jerry's proudly built a reputation of working hard to provide their customers with great service and exceptional value. Jerry Chevrolet has hundreds of new trucks in stock, and they are always marked with the absolute lowest price. Come test drive the Chevy Silverado or the Colorado today and get yourself a $25 prepaid Visa gift card for doing it. When you go online at jerrychevytexas.com, Jerry will offer you a $25 prepaid Visa gift card just for stopping in. No purchase necessary. It's as easy as that. If you have a trade-in, Jerry Chevrolet is always looking for quality used cars, and you can go to jerrychevytexas.com today and find out what your vehicle is worth. Find new roads at Jerry Chevrolet in Weatherford and at jerrychevytexas.com. Come out our way and trade your way. Tell them Gavin sent you.
Let's get back to the program. If you're sick of the garbage that comes out of Washington, D.C., then it's time to arm yourself with knowledge from the blue-collar professor. Here's your host, Dr. Gavin Mitchell.
I kind of took off this week without letting you know how to get a hold of us. If you would like to give us a call, 888-787-KLIF. That's 888-787-5543. If you would like to weigh in on the stripping of the American flag from those fire department rigs or anything else we talk about. That's why we do this each and every Saturday night. So speaking of people that hate America, Barack Obama is at it again. And what do I mean? We have the floods down in Louisiana. And this isn't just the creeks rising. This is once in a lifetime, once in a century, once in several centuries type flood. It's unlike anything they've ever seen down in the Baton Rouge area. Worse than Katrina. But Katrina was a little further east. I don't know if it's done the same damage to New Orleans that Katrina did. But it's a bad situation. And when you live in the swamplands and you're talking about a once in a several century flood, it's bad. I mean, there's no two ways about it. We're talking 40,000 homes affected, 30,000 rescues, and 13 people have lost their lives in this situation. That's what we're facing. It's no joke down there. It's serious, and it needs this country's attention, and it needs this president's attention. It has to. So here we are. We have these floods. We have an area that is hurting. We have an area that needs attention, just like New Orleans when Katrina came through. But how did the media respond, and how did Barack Obama respond when the president at the time, George W. Bush, decided to fly over New Orleans in Air Force One and take a look at what was going on? And he did it because he knew that if he landed, the first responders would be pulled away from their duty and be assigned to his detail to make sure he was protected. That's just how it goes with the president. The whole city stops. Freeways are shut down. Side streets are shut down. Entire buildings are shut down when the president shows up. He knew that's what was going to happen. And so he took a flight around the city to wrap his mind around what was going on. And the media unleashed on him. And this is what then Senator Barack Obama had to say about it.
To many Americans, the words New Orleans call up images of broken levees, water rushing through the streets, mothers holding babies up to avoid the flood, and worse, the memory of a moment when America's government failed its citizens. Because when the people of New Orleans and the Gulf Coast extended their hand for help, help was not there. When people looked up from the rooftops, for too long they saw an empty sky. When the winds blew and the floodwaters came, we learned that for all of our wealth and our power, something wasn't right with America. We can talk about what happened for a few days in 2005, and we should. We can talk about levees that couldn't hold, about a FEMA that seemed not just incompetent, but paralyzed and powerless, about a president who only saw the people from the window of an airplane instead of down here on the trying to provide comfort and aid. That was a metaphor for this presidency. Sometimes people ask me, why is it that you attract such big crowds? And I say, well, you know, people are ready for change.
Why does he attract big crowds? He said, people are ready for change. So let's hold on to that because we're coming back to that. But you can see then Senator Obama was incredibly critical of George W. Bush and his response to the devastation that Katrina held. So let's fast forward to 2016. We have a very similar situation. We have an area of Louisiana that is underwater with 40,000 homes destroyed, 13 people dead, 30,000 rescued, and we need leadership, according to Barack Obama. In 2008, he gave that speech at Tulane University as he was running for president. They needed leadership. They needed comfort. These are his words, not mine. And so here we go. Baton Rouge, Louisiana. They need leadership. They need comfort. Where is Barack Obama? He hasn't appeared yet. He's in Martha Vineyard hitting golf balls with David Larry, whatever this clown's name is, the Seinfeld guy. He's chasing golf balls. He's on a 2-week vacation, and you cannot disturb His Highness with a natural disaster. He can't take time away from his golf and his vacation and his relaxing to go be president. He's got one foot out the door. He's got 2 goals right now: get Hillary Clinton elected and apologize for America. That's where he's at. That's what he's doing. He is now, after the backlash that he's received from me and other talk show hosts and the media, even the Washington Post came out. The Washington Compost came out and criticized him for not being there. But I said there were 2 goals: get Hillary elected. He did pull time away from his vacation to make an appearance at a Hillary Clinton fundraiser. That's important enough to interrupt his vacation. That's important enough for him to go play president at. But people in need, people who have lost their house, people that are hurting, nah. Why? Because it doesn't serve his agenda. He can't get anything out of it. It's impossible to politicize this, even though he tried. The Obama administration, through the Justice Department, released a 16-page guidance warning Louisiana recipients of federal disaster assistance against engaging in unlawful discrimination on the basis of race, color, or national origin. He sent out a 16-page memo through Loretta Lynch's shop saying, don't be racist with the money we send you. That's how he politicizes it. That's what it's all about. Now, speaking of Hillary Clinton, where is she? She's a presidential nominee, is she not? She's a candidate for the highest office in the land. Did she show up? No. No, she didn't. She was busy at the fundraiser where she had Barack Obama, and she's been AWOL. She's got an event tomorrow night, but for the last couple of days, nobody can find her, and this leads to the speculation about her health. That's another conversation for another time. Maybe she's sick. Maybe that's what they're so worried about in these emails. We talked about it in length on previous shows on this program. What is in those emails that she's so worried about? What could possibly be in those emails that could do any more damage than what's already been leaked? And there's speculation flying that Hillary Clinton is sick, and there's revelation in those emails. Well, her being AWOL on this isn't good. She's nowhere to be found. The left doesn't care. They only want the votes. Donald Trump made an appearance in Baton Rouge. He flew in. Mike Pence was there. They had cameras when they landed. They had cameras when they took off, but there were no cameras as Donald Trump toured and looked and spoke to people and showed leadership, showed empathy for the people who had lost everything. Donald Trump was there, but Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton weren't. Donald Trump, out of his own pocket, bought an 18-wheeler worth of supplies and goods and made sure they made its way down to Baton Rouge. Did Hillary Clinton and the Clinton Crime Foundation send anything? Absolutely not. Even though they have an entire organization set up to help people, they can't help those in their own country. Why? Because it would be too transparent with what they're doing with the money. It would be too obvious that those donations go straight to their pockets and not to the cause it needs to. So here we have a community in this country that is hurting. And this isn't the only one. We have Milwaukee. Milwaukee was on fire last weekend. It happened right after this program. A black officer shot a black man who had a gun. But you didn't hear anything from the left. Why? Because evidence came out very soon in that process that the guy shot had a gun. There's no room for narrative. There's no room for manipulation there for Barack Obama and his cronies. So you don't hear a word about it. Does Hillary Clinton show up? Does Barack Obama show up to put out that fire? No. Donald Trump did. Where is the left when communities need them, but there can be no political gain in the situation? They're nowhere to be found. Nowhere. California is literally on fire. Literally. No mention of that. And what does the media do? We haven't even begun to speak of the media. They're beginning to whisper only because voices like mine, like Matt Locke, like Chris Salcedo, like Mark Levin, like Rush Limbaugh, are beginning to scream that this community needs to see its president. And so the president caves, as he always does. He gives in. He walks it back a little bit, and he's going to show up Tuesday. And how did they spin it? The same justification that George W. Bush gave at the time. Not after political backlash, up front. He gave that justification. So he stole the line out of George W. Bush's playbook after the backlash happens. But it was for that very reason and the same actions that he jumps all over George W. The hypocrisy is disgusting. We have no leadership in this country. We have none. And they want to know why Donald Trump is what he is, why this movement is happening. There's your answer. There's your answer. 888-787-KLIF. That's 888-787-5543 if you would like to be a part of the program. Speaking of Donald Trump, shakeups in his campaign. Who is it? What is it? And what does it mean? Next.
The Gavin Mitchell Show.
Hey, folks. Gavin Mitchell here. If you're in the market for a new car or truck, Jerry Chevrolet in Weatherford has been family-owned and operated for nearly 50 years, and my family has done business with Jerry for 25 of those. Jerry's proudly built a reputation of working hard to provide their customers with great service and exceptional value. Jerry Chevrolet has hundreds of new trucks in stock, and they are always marked with the absolute lowest price. Come test drive the Chevy Silverado or the Colorado today and get yourself a $25 prepaid Visa gift card for doing it. When you go online at jerrychevytexas.com, Jerry will offer you a $25 prepaid Visa gift card just for stopping in. No purchase necessary. It's as easy as that. If you have a trade-in, Jerry Chevrolet is always looking for quality used cars, and you can go to jerrychevytexas.com today and find out what your vehicle is worth. Find new roads at Jerry Chevrolet in Weatherford and at jerrychevytexas.com. Come out our way and trade your way. Tell them Gavin sent you. Hey, Gavin Mitchell back with you live. Every time I turn on the radio or I hear different dealerships and leasing agencies talking about how easy it is to buy or lease a car with them. Truth is, when you go in to make a deal on a new or used vehicle, the salesperson serves as a middleman for the haggling process, and nothing is ever as easy as they make it out to be. That's why I want to tell you about my buddy Kevin Sebastian at Jerry's GMC Buick and Chevrolet in Weatherford. My family and I have dealt with Kevin for over 20 years, and he makes the car buying experience the way it should be. I'll call Kevin, tell him what I want and what I can afford. He calls me back in a few hours and says, hey, come pick it up, or we just can't do it. It's that simple. Kevin treats everyone like family that walks through his door. Just ask Christy, Navy Dave's wife. She knows all about it. No one ever believes me buying a car really is as easy as they make it out to be on the radio, but with Kevin Sebastian and Jerry's, it truly is. Give Kevin a call today, 817-597-4470. That's 817-597-4470. Tell him Gavin sent you.
It's summertime again, ladies. Time to break out those sandals and give your toenails a little TLC. The nail technicians at Friendly Nails in Cleburne, Texas are ready to provide you with professional and friendly service. From manicures to pedicures and a variety of specialized services such as acrylic nails, facials, and waxing. Custom designs and a variety of stones to accent your nails are also available. The technicians at Friendly Nails are all licensed and trained in the latest technology and have experience applying every kind of polish on the market. So stop by and be treated like royalty. Relax in their massage chairs and unwind. Full body massage therapy is also available by appointment only. For all you guys wanting to give your special lady a little treat, $50 gift certificates are available now for $40, and anyone who mentions hearing about Friendly Nails on the Gavin Mitchell Show or KLIF will get $10 off any $50 purchase. Friendly Nails is open 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. and Sundays from 12 p.m. to 5 p.m. Located at 180 North Ridgeway Drive in Cleburne, Texas. Call them at 817-641-3400. Walk-ins are welcome.
Hey, liberals, try rooting for your own country for a change. Our blue-collar educator of all things common sense does. Now, back to the Gavin Mitchell Show.
So the Trump campaign has a shakeup. Paul Manafort is out, resigned Friday. And There's speculation about why this went on. Those on the Trump train will quickly tell you, well, Manafort was brought in after Lewandowski was let go to negotiate and handle the potential of a contested convention. His job was to get him through the primaries, handle the capture of delegates, and if it comes down to a contested convention, to maneuver and negotiate that so that Trump comes out ahead. That's what Manafort's expertise was in. In 1976, he worked the floor for Gerald Ford when there was the Reagan-Ford contest, and Ford came out ahead. Manafort was whipping votes for Ford. That's what he was brought in to do. He was an experienced political leader, if you will, campaign manager, whatever you want to call it. He had some time in the game, and that's what he was brought on to do. So those on the Trump train would say, hey, he did what he was supposed to do. It was pre-negotiated that he was going to leave, and that's that. Well, there's a story out, the New York Times has released, that there is a situation where some handwritten ledgers were found that shows payment to Manafort from ex-Ukrainian President Viktor, whatever his name is, who was part of the pro-Russian party between 2007 and 2012, 2013. Manafort has stood up and said, look, this is what I do. I run campaigns. I help people get elected. And it's not just limited to America. I offer my services to everybody, and that's what that's about. There was no shady business going on. There was no off-the-book payment that happened. The fact that they're in handwritten ledgers that nobody has produced leaves me scratching my head. But I'm not saying no. I'm saying I don't know. There's not enough evidence now, and the fact that it comes from the New York Slimes doesn't really lend credibility to the situation. It really doesn't validate it for me. The New York Times is no longer an upright periodical. It's not journalism at its finest. It's become a joke, much like the Washington Post. The liberal media, as exposed in these DNC emails, have validated everything those on the conservative right have been preaching for a long time. That they're in the bag for Hillary, that they're in the bag for the left. So the fact that they happen to dig up some handwritten ledgers, maybe not, somewhere along the way, it doesn't do it for me. But the fact of the matter is, Manafort's out. Regardless of why, whether his job was done and it was pre-negotiated that he would leave, or this situation it made Trump uncomfortable. He's like, you're out. I don't know. I do know this. I know Eric Trump was on Sunday Morning Futures, which is a TV show, and he said, quote, I think my father didn't want to be, distracted by whatever things Paul was dealing with. That is not a confession. That's not saying, hey, he's guilty and my dad wanted nothing to do with him. He's saying, look, there are these rumors flying around. There's speculation. We don't want that to get in the way of what we're trying to do. That's all that is. And whether it's right, wrong, or indifferent, the left is immediately going to jump on this and try to attach Trump to Manafort, who had dealings with the pro-Russian president of Ukraine, and tie it all back to him and Vlad playing cards and smoking cigars every Tuesday in Switzerland. They're buddies. They go horseback riding, picnics, the whole 9 yards. That's how the left is going to spin this. That's how they're going to work it. But the fact of the matter is, we don't know. But who's in? Steve Bannon is in. Who is Steve Bannon? He is now the CEO of the Trump for President campaign. He used to be the chairman of Breitbart. Breitbart, the very right-wing media source that, quite frankly, yes, they lean right, but they're more accurate than most of them. And they've had some questionable headlines. I saw a deal where MSLSD had their anchor with a panel there going after one of the talk show hosts saying, well, look at all these articles. Look at all these headlines. He was responsible for that. They're racist. They're misogynist. They're sexist. They're all these items that he's not going to be able to run from that. We're going to make sure we get him. Well, of course, you're going to make sure you get him. You're part of the liberal media. You're part of Hillary's super PAC. There's no two ways about it. But Steve Bannon is there. Kellyanne Conway, who was first hired in the Trump campaign on July 1st, and she was kind of in charge of capturing the woman vote. That was her job. Don't spin this into something it's not. Every campaign has people who are in charge of demographics. This person is in charge of the African-American vote. This person is in charge of the Hispanic vote. This person is in charge of the females. This person's in charge of the blue-collar white men. That's just how it works. They're demographics. You are what you are. I have a bald head and a beard. I'm not offended by that. You are what you are. There's no shame. But she is now the campaign manager. And this Donald Trump that hates women, right? That refuses to promote women, that is sexist, that sexually abuses women, all of those things. It sounds like I'm talking about Bill Clinton, but I'm talking about the allegations that come from the media toward Donald Trump. Is the first presidential candidate to put a woman as the campaign manager, to hire a woman as a campaign manager. Now, what do these two do? Kellyanne Conway was a big pollster. That's how she made her way in the business. She went to law school. She did some adjunct work as a professor. She practiced a little bit, and then she started joining the polling game, taking these polls for different candidates. She did a little work with Reagan. She did work with other people. She did work with Mike Pence when Mike Pence was congressman. That's probably how this got arranged. But Steve Bannon's on board. So is Roger Ailes. And if you listen to Glenn Beck, they're all hatchet men. They're all going to chop you up, chew you up, and spit you out if you don't fall in line. Look at what Trump's doing here. He's got a problem. Manafort wanted him to conform and fall into traditional lines. Trump didn't want to do that. He said, look, first, that's not who I am. Secondly, what we're doing is working. People are tired of politically correct answers. People are tired of tactfulness. If something sucks, they want to hear it sucks. If something's awesome, they want to hear it's awesome. They want America first. They're tired of all the crap. And I've got that message. That's who I am, and that's what I'm about. And I'm not going to pivot. I'm not. Well, Conway, Bannon, Ailes got in there, and they said, look, don't abandon your message. But we do need to sharpen our pencils. We need to knock off the edges a little bit. So as soon as these three jump in the saddle and start piloting this ship, Donald Trump comes out in Milwaukee, and my gosh, what a great speech. What a great speech. That is what the president should be doing. Then he shows up in Baton Rouge the way a leader should. He gets up and he says, look, I do regret some of the things I've said, especially if people took them personally, if it hurt people. I'm not proud of it. Now, he didn't come right out and apologize. He's not going to. But he almost did. He admitted he regretted it. To me, is that good enough? It's close. It's real close. And so there we have it. Now, Roger Ailes and Steve Bannon and Kellyanne Conway are going to coach Trump up to navigate the media. I have said it on this program until I'm blue in the face. Trump has to not deviate from Hillary. This entire campaign has to be Hillary this, Hillary that. He can't deviate. He can't deviate and start chasing some guy named Khan that's riding his son's coattails for a platform. He can't deviate and backtrack on Ted Cruz's dad. He can't do those things anymore. He's got to stay on message. If you look at the polls, and we talked about my reservation with these national polls, but the more I thought about it, the more I realized how irrelevant the national polls are. This isn't about the national poll anymore. It doesn't matter if Donald Trump's ahead or behind in the national polls. What matters is those 4, 5, 6 key swing states, because California is blue. Not even Donald Trump can change it. And Texas is red. Nobody will ever be able to change that. But there are states like Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Florida, Virginia, Arizona at this point that are going to decide this election. That's where it matters. That's where these polls come into play. It's that group of individuals that we need to figure out which way they're going and begin to attack them. Now, Hillary Clinton has dumped a ton of money into spots, almost $150 million since July 1st, into TV advertisements. Donald Trump hasn't began yet. He was waiting for the Olympics to clear. Even in Texas, I'm watching the Olympics on NBC, and every other ad is Hillary Clinton talking about where Donald Trump's ties were made and how he's bad for the country, how he's a racist, how he's all these things. Donald Trump hasn't even began yet. And so once those ads start running and once he starts getting in there and actually going to work, the polls are going to shift. But here's the amazing thing. In the national polls, it's back to a dead heat. It's back within the margin of error. And so Donald Trump is a businessman. He went from Lewandowski to Manafort because there had to be changes made, or he wasn't going to be able to right the ship. He needed somebody who understood how to capture delegates. He got that. Now he needs somebody that can help him navigate these waters where not only is he fighting Hillary Clinton, he's fighting the entire media. And what are they doing? They're taking him straight to the people. They're taking him straight to the people via social media. They're taking him straight to the people like going to Milwaukee and Baton Rouge. You can't twist those things into negatives. They're positives. And as long as he stays on script, we're in a good position to keep Hillary out of office. We're in a great position. Now, we're not the only ones upset with Hillary. Even the Democrats are upset at the latest news. We'll talk about it next.
The Gavin Mitchell Show.
Hey everybody, your pal Gavin Mitchell here from my friends at Texas Elite Landscape. We all have that embarrassing spot in our yard we just can't seem to get grass to grow. Or perhaps you're tired of pumping hundreds and thousands of dollars into your yard just to get it to turn green when the weather warms up. Or maybe the constant maintenance is just too much to bear. Well, my friends at Texas Elite Landscaping are the most respected synthetic grass installation specialists in North Texas. Locally owned and operated, they have installed over 1 million square feet of the highest quality grass made right here in the USA. And I know what you're thinking. Is it pet and child friendly? You bet it is. So whether you want your yard looking picture perfect year round, no matter what the season is, or perhaps you'd like a putting green in the backyard to keep your husband home on Saturdays, give my friends at Texas Elite Landscaping a call today. 214-298-7726. That's 214-298-7726. Or find them at TexasEliteLandscaping.com. Hey everybody, Gavin from the Gavin Mitchell Show here. It's no secret that we partner with the very best in their industry, and that's why I'm proud to tell you about our friends at the Texas Stranger Sports Podcast. Just like any good father bird does when his young ones grow up and are ready to fly, you kick them out of the nest to see if they sink or if they fly. That's what we're doing with our very own technical producer, Navy Dave. Catch Navy Dave, an older, more rotund gentleman with the perspective of such, and his partner Ryan Gano, the millennial with skinny jeans and purple hair, as they voice their opinion on local sports issues and national stories from the sports world. Catch the Texas Strangers on Twitter at TXStrangerSport or Spreaker.com and search Texas Strangers. It's a unique perspective from two guys you don't want to miss, both friends of the Gavin Mitchell Show. So if you're sick of the same old perspective from the quote mothership and you're tired of the radio personalities that plague your radio each and every day, tune into the Texas Strangers podcast at TXStrangerSport and Spreaker.com search Texas Strangers. Don't be a stranger, join the Texas Strangers. Hey folks, Gavin Mitchell here. If you're in the market for a new car or truck, Jerry Chevrolet in Weatherford has been family owned and operated for nearly 50 years, and my family has done business with Jerry for 25 of those. Jerry's proudly built a reputation of working hard to provide their customers with great service and exceptional value. Jerry Chevrolet has hundreds of new trucks in stock, and they are always marked with the absolute lowest price. Come test drive the Chevy Silverado or the Colorado today and get yourself a $25 prepaid Visa gift card for doing it. When you go online at jerryschevytexas.com, Jerry will offer you a $25 prepaid Visa gift card just for stopping in. No purchase necessary. It's as easy as that. If you have a trade-in, Jerry Chevrolet is always looking for quality used cars, and you can go to jerrychevytexas.com today and find out what your vehicle is worth. Find new roads at Jerry Chevrolet in Weatherford and at jerrychevytexas.com. Come out our way and trade your way. Tell them Gavin sent you.
If you happen to drive by the studios during a commercial break and you see a guy on the roof waving an American flag, that's our blue-collar doctor of common sense. And now here he is, your host, Dr. Gavin Mitchell.
888-787-KLIF. That's 888-787-5543. If you'd like to be a part of the program, don't be scared, liberals. Give us a call. Let's have a conversation. Let's talk some sense into you, and let's get you on the right side of the fence so we can save this country. Hey, by the way, if you're looking for the program throughout the week, each and every weekday, 5 p.m. Central on Red Nation Rising Radio. That's rednationrising.us. That's powered by conservativeradionetwork.com. We are on iTunes, Spreaker, TuneIn, and Google Play. You can find it on demand there, and then each and every Saturday night right here on News and Information 570 KLIF. So the Democrats are upset at the Clinton crime family, and not for reasons you would think. Not because they're shady and they launder money and it's a pay-to-play situation by the Saudis and others. None of that. Not because they compromise State Department time and money to make sure they paid off deals in conjunction with the Clintons. None of that. It has nothing to do with that. Why are they upset? It's because the Clintons' charity gala, if you will, is scheduled in Manhattan 3 days before the first debate is scheduled. Bill and Chelsea will be there shaking hands, kissing babies, making promises. Once Hillary's in office, we promise we'll send you nuclear weapons, all of that. That they're going to be there doing that. Of course, Hillary's not going to show up. It'd be bad optics. But the Democrats are furious that this is happening 3 days before because they feel like it's going to give Donald Trump ammunition at the debate. And absolutely it will. But whether that goes down 3 days before or not, he's still got all the ammunition he needs. The problem is these leftists out there, these loyal Democrats, they don't listen. They don't listen to fact. They say it's made up. It's lies by the Republicans. It's the man that controls this. What you're saying is not true. I would highly encourage you, if you are a diehard Hillary fan, take the $7 or $8 and go watch Hillary's America. Just go watch it, and you can leave there with the facts that are presented, research it yourself to find out if it's accurate, and then make a decision. Actually invest in your country is what I'm asking you to do. $6, $7, $8. That's all it takes. Get you some facts, and if you don't agree with it, that's fine. Go researching it, but what you're going to find out is that those facts are 100% right, and Democrats are not the people you think they are. They don't care about you. They're actually the party of the racists. That's what you'll leave there understanding. All of that said, Bill has said that he's going to leave the foundation if and when Hillary Clinton is elected. Why? Why would he leave? If it is good enough for him to be there when she is Secretary of State, why is it not good enough for him to be there when she is president? What changes? If shady business was going on, why not continue? If the American people don't stand up against it, what's the big deal? Now, the Clinton Health Access Initiative, which is a subordinate of the Clinton Crime Family Organization, has already backed up on this. They said, look, we're a separate legal entity. We're going to continue to take money from overseas. We're going to take money from other countries because in addition to Bill saying he was going to step down, they said they're not taking any more speaking fees. They're not taking money from other countries, only individuals. Well, the Clinton Health Access Initiative said, nah, we're not doing that. We don't follow those rules. We need the money. We want the money. We need our Christmas bonuses. So, no, we're not doing that. Stay tuned to an update on that because the Clinton Crime Foundation is having battles internally on this whole deal. And the fact of the matter is it's a money laundering scheme. There's no two ways about it. I want to pivot to the Olympics. And I debated about whether I should bring this up or not. It's the whole Ryan Lochte thing. First off, not a big fan of Ryan Lochte at all. I think he's arrogant. I don't think he's a good guy. There's just an air about him I'm not a fan of. But apparently Ryan Lochte, after he got jammed up one night, partied with the girls in Brazil, rode in a taxi home, and good for him for being responsible and riding in a taxi back to wherever he was staying, stops at a gas station, completely smoked. Gets out, and because he's Ryan Lochte, the biggest swim star, he decides he's going to trash the bathroom. Well, he comes out of the bathroom, and there's an individual there that confronts him, and this is what the video tells us, raises a gun and points it at him, and that's that. Well, Ryan Lochte decided he was going to come out and say, hey, the Brazilian police shook us down and pointed a gun at our head and said, get on the ground, and took our wallets, took our money. And I told him I wasn't getting on the ground, and then he cocked the hammer, and it was a bad deal. Well, the Brazilian police came out and said, look, we've investigated this. This isn't what went down at all. Well, Ryan Lochte hops on a plane and comes back stateside, right? He gets out of there. He sees what's about to happen because he's caught. His buddies get hauled in and taken off a plane, get their passports taken away until they figure out what's going on. His buddies rolled on him. Said, no, that's not what happened at all. And after all the backlash, Ryan Lochte comes out and issues a pseudo-apology. Says, well, I was in a foreign country. There's a language barrier. We did do some bad things, but we did have a gun pulled on us, and that's scary and traumatic. And when that happens, you have trouble remembering things. And, I'm sorry to my fans, and that was that. What that is that's a clown not taking responsibility. Now, look, I have no proof. I wasn't in Brazil when this went down. I don't know any of those swimmers. I don't know any swimmers at all. If you're a cool guy and you want to call the program, go right ahead. I don't care. But here's the deal. I know exactly what happened because I've spent some time in professional sports. I know what it's like when you're a big star, right? Language barrier or not. Here's what happened. Ryan Lochte had a nice dose of Ryan Lochte. He was feeling good about life. He won him some medals, and he decided to take his wallet and the boys out for a night on the town one night. And they got jammed up. I mean, they hit the bottle hard, smoked. And on the way back, Ryan Lochte thought he was going to be funny and tear up a bathroom. The security guard said, "Hey, hold on. You're not doing this. You're not tearing up the bathroom. We need $80. That's what it would have cost to settle this, and it would have been over. If Ryan Lochte would have just forked over $80, what is that? There's 4 of them. There's 20 apiece. Everybody has $20, an Andrew Jackson in their wallet. Everybody gives it to this guy, and this thing's over. But no, Ryan Lochte decides he's going to fight back. He's going to be the big dog. He's going to be the alpha guy. He's got the stones. He's going to stand up. And so he pushed. Run that again, Dave.
I'm kind of a big deal.
Yeah, well, that's how Ryan Lochte feels, right? Right? People know him. So that's how that whole situation went down. Ryan Lochte was going to show off. Well, then he got a gun pulled on him, and he wanted some more attention. So he let the whole world know that he was shook down by the police. He had a gun pulled on him, and Ryan Lochte stood up against him. He said, "No, I'm not getting on the ground," and it's all fabricated. Now, the Brazilians are making a way bigger deal of this than they should. It was a bathroom. It's $80 worth of damage. I don't think you should ever vandalize anything. I think Ryan Lochte's an idiot. But they're embarrassed. The Olympic Games was in shambles. They had green pools and people getting shot. They had people getting enzymes and viruses and other things in the water. It was complete shambles. It was the Olympic shambles. It wasn't the Olympic Games. It was the Olympic shambles. And they're embarrassed. The whole world has seen Rio de Janeiro and socialism get exposed for what it was. And so they had a chance to get a big dog American. Here he is, a medal winner from the United States, those capitalist pigs. And they were able to expose him.
You think you're big time?
That's Navy Dave having fun with the sound bites. But yes, that's what it was. And all of this could have gone away if Ryan Lochte would have just forked over $80 and kept his mouth shut. It's immature people that never had to grow up that went out on the town. That's how that worked. But it's not all bad. I'm curious what the left is going to say about this. Simone Biles, the gymnast, who just won all kinds of medals. I think she won the all-around. She won a couple other medals. She's it when it comes to she's it when it comes to the gymnast. Well, the athletes have elected her to carry the flag in the closing ceremonies. But do you remember the backlash we talked about last week or the week before when Michael Phelps was chosen to carry the flag? Do you remember this and how all the liberal media pushed back and said, no, we should give it to this Muslim girl, Muhammad, because she's wearing her hijab, and that's never been done. And it would symbolize a lot more for what this country's going through, and it would bring unity. Forget the most decorated Olympian of all time. Forget that. And forget the fact he was democratically elected to this position. That's not important. Well, what does the left do now that there is an African-American woman elected to carry the flag? Has anybody heard kicking and screaming about Muhammad not being able to carry the flag now? No, it's only when the white guy gets chosen to carry the flag. That's when we get mad. That's what it's all about. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Folks, that's going to do it for tonight. Thank you so much for joining the show. If you want to get a hold of me, @TheGM Show is our Twitter handle, www.thegavinmitchellshow.com, and Gavin@thegavinmitchellshow.com for email. For the great Navy Dave and Ron Phillips, I am Gavin Mitchell. This has been a Pinnacle Broadcast Holdings production. Hey, stay tuned. Loretta Powers and Powers of Attorney up next, and Navy Dave and Gavin Mitchell tag in to talk all issues. Y'all be good. We'll see you next week. Hey everybody, your pal Gavin Mitchell here from my friends at Texas Elite Landscape. We all have that embarrassing spot in our yard we just can't seem to get grass to grow. Or perhaps you're tired of pumping hundreds and thousands of dollars into your yard just to get it to turn green when the weather warms up. Or maybe the constant maintenance is just too much to bear. Well, my friends at Texas Elite Landscaping are the most respected synthetic grass installation specialists in North Texas. Locally owned and operated, they have installed over 1 million square feet of the highest quality grass made right here in the USA. And I know what you're thinking. Is it pet and child friendly? You bet it is. So whether you want your yard looking picture perfect year round, no matter what the season is, or perhaps you'd like a putting green in the backyard to keep your husband home on Saturdays, give my friends at Texas Elite Landscaping a call today. 214-298-7726. That's 214-298-7726. Or find them at TexasEliteLandscaping.com. Hey folks, Gavin Mitchell here. If you're in the market for a new car or truck, Jerry Chevrolet in Weatherford has been family owned and operated for nearly 50 years, and my family has done business with Jerry for 25 of those. Jerry's proudly built a reputation of working hard to provide their customers with great service and exceptional value. Jerry Chevrolet has hundreds of new trucks in stock, and they are always marked with the absolute lowest price. Come test drive the Chevy Silverado or the Colorado today and get yourself a $25 prepaid Visa gift card for doing it. When you go online at jerrychevytexas.com, Jerry will offer you a $25 prepaid Visa gift card just for stopping in. No purchase necessary. It's as easy as that. If you have a trade-in, Jerry Chevrolet is always looking for quality used cars, and you can go to jerrychevytexas.com today and find out what your vehicle is worth. Find new roads at Jerry Chevrolet in Weatherford and at jerrychevytexas.com. Come out our way and trade your way. Tell them Gavin.
The preceding program was furnished by Pinnacle Broadcasting Holdings, Inc. and is responsible for its content.
KLIF Dallas, KSCS FM HD2 Fort Worth, KLIF.com.